How you doing? It's December 24th, 2021, Christmas Eve day. I'm going to be tent camping in Sawtooth Canyon. It's a BLM land outside of Barstow on the 247, about 15 miles south of Barstow, California. It's all BLM land, hundreds of thousands of acres. And this is kind of it's not regulated. It's regulated, but it's still free. You don't pay anything. So it's Sawtooth Canyon. And I got here, it's probably 10 o'clock. So I got here and it's nippy, but it has rained for 2 days in Southern California. So it's nice now. It's beautiful. But it's free. And you see over here, I got, there's some rock climbers around here. They got these little shelters with pits here, and so it is kind of, I like it. Yeah, I'm by myself here, and you get out in some of these really bad areas by yourself, and you may not leave alive, but I'll be packing and all that stuff at night. But anyways, it's there's supposed to be a camp host here someplace, but I don't know. There's people camped over next to the rocks. I found a nice place for my tent, and because it gets windy up here. I'm at probably 3,000 feet, 3,000 feet, so it'll get cool at night. It's beautiful now, absolutely beautiful. The sun. See what we got going. This is my old truck. I just emptied it out. And I got a little, getting a lot of stuff out of there. There's my cooler and stuff. So I got that emptied out on the ground here. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff. I'm unpacking, and I went up against the rocks here. There's a nice rock there, so I went up on them, put my table. So, because the wind sometimes at night can get 30, 40 miles an hour up here. So here's where I'm putting my tent up over here. Oh my goodness, it's been a brute putting up this tent. Oh my goodness gracious alive. With the wind blowing, the gusts of winds come in and about pick me up. So what I did is I finally got it going, got my fly on, and then you see the rocks. I got them out in the desert where there's a lot of rocks, so you anchor that to help get your tent settled. And then what I did around back here is I'll show you this thing I bought at Tractor Supply. Talk about nice tent stakes. Screw the ones that you get there, but I'm going to zoom this in, and there's the tent stake, and I'll show you what it looks like. But they screw into the ground. Here it is here. They screw into the ground. I'll put my hand on it here so you can see. I got a sore thumb. But you can see, get them at Tractor Supply. They screw right into the ground. And my God, they're great tent stakes. Beat all that stupid stuff you get with tents. The tent and go from there. Beautiful day so far. But, I'll show you. There's the wind. These gusts come up. And my goodness gracious alive, it's going to be, I've camped out in Joshua Tree, big time winds. It'll throw your tent across the land here. But this is a nice tent, and I got it all put up now. It's a Kelty 3-4 man tent, probably the best they make. So I got it up, and we'll get her going. Breaker 10-4. Okay, it's about 2 in the afternoon. I got my tent all up, and it was a bitch. The wind hits in gusts here. So I'm going to go hike up. I'll show you the ridge I'm going to hike up and just see if I get any reception there. I have like one bar here, so that's not bad. But I'm going to go up to the top of this hill over here and do a little hike and kill a little of the afternoon and then come back, and I'll be tired. So breaker 10-4. Okay, so I'm up here now. My camp is over there in the distance. I don't have any zoom lens on, so I don't know if you can see anything. I doubt it. It's over there. And I'm walking up here. I'm walking up there. And see what I'm running into. So we'll keep on picking away. Windier and shit. I just ran into a gal from Minnesota and her dog. So you can kind of see down there. We come up from down below, way over. And let's see if we get in there. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty up here, rocks and so forth. Sawtooth Canyon. I'm gonna go up there, see if that's where I'm gonna be watching, listening to the Packers tomorrow. Breaker. Okay. Catching my breath. Okay, we look around here again. Kind of cool. Pure rocks as we go. Sawtooth Canyon, folks. Sawtooth Canyon. About 17 miles south of Barstow. But do a little 360 here while I take a break. Nice little lookout there. I mean, you overlook this whole Sawtooth Canyon deal. I'm almost to the top. I'm basically at the top, so just above Sawtooth Campground up here. So I'm going to get over, but I may come up there, bring a chair tomorrow. There should be a little windbreak there, and maybe listen to the Green Bay Packers on the radio. Bring me some sandwiches and hang out for 2-3 hours. Not bad. Breaker. Okay, I'm at the top. Top the other side of Sawtooth Canyon. I think that's the road going to Vegas out there someplace. Windier and shit here. But I'm just going to do a quick one. But you can see how windy it is. I'm speaking right up to the mic. So I'm going to take some shots here. Into Sawtooth. Going to old Sawtooth here now on top. We're on top of the ridge. Brutal stuff, baby. Okay, now I'll try to block the sun behind us. It's windier than heck up here. I'm on top of the ridge, just above the Sawtooth Canyon, and the other side is the 15 in Barstow, going towards Barstow, from Victorville to Barstow. So I'm going to get down here off the wind, and I'm going to head back to camp. But this is the top of the ridge by Sawtooth Canyon. Okay, folks, we're going to head back down. It's pretty up here, windier than heck. Really windy up on this ridge. But we got to head back down. 10:04. It's about 7 o'clock, or 6:37. Did a nice little hike today on top of the ridge, and now I'm inside the tent. I got my tent heater going. Sawtooth Canyon, knocking down a few beers, and living in the tent, for the BLM, my retirement. Checking out. I'm not retired yet, but I'm checking out the land and what it's going to be like when I leave as a official snowbird. But I did a nice hike on top of the ridge today, as you've seen earlier. And now my day one, I'm in the tent. I got the heater going. I'm going to watch little DVD movies. What you have to do is, if you come out here in these places, have a mini, and this is tent camping, have a mini DVD player. And it knocks the night away, throw in some movies, and it's really cool. Charge it during the day. I got a generator out in my truck and stuff. So fully charge it, come here and watch some movies, go to sleep in the tent, and it's going to get into the 30s tonight, high 30s, but it's cool. So I'm going to hit the sack and watch a little Andy Griffith. I think got an episode there, and then watch a couple movies. So I'll talk to you in the morning. Well, good morning. Day one night in the tent camping at Sawtooth Canyon, just south of Oxnard, California, about 17 miles. It got cold last night, and but I was toasty in my sleeping bag, and let me get the camera over here. I was toasty, nice and warm. Slept a good solid 8. So tent camping is possible in the wintertime in Southern California, but it was cold. It probably got 30s, in the 30s or something. But when you're in your sleeping bag in the tent with a cot, which I won't show you because it's pretty rough looking this morning. But anyways, it's 6:30, probably going to be light out soon. So this is the coldest part of the night, the morning when the sun breaks. So that's it. So once the sun breaks, there's something to do with the gravity of the earth that makes it the coldest. And if you've ever hunted in the Midwest, you're out in your tree stand, and then as soon as that sun breaks, you get this chill that comes over you. It's cold. So here I'm in my tent. Sun will be breaking soon, and I'll get up and do a hike today and so forth. But I got my heater on. I don't sleep with a heater. I got a little propane heater here I cranked on once I got up, so took the edge off, but I'll show you that in a second. But I forgot my carbon monoxide regulator at home, so normally you always want to bring that. But I got my propane heater right there, wherever it's at there, if you can see it. Little Coleman do-jobber. But anyways, good morning. Now here's another good thing to have. To charge all your gadgets. Let me get in here. That's what I'm doing this morning. I'm charging my phone, and I'm going to charge my DVD player, my mini DVD player, or whatever in the hell you call it, portable DVD player, and this little Honda generator. Quiet. It's quiet and stuff. So if you're going to do a snowbird tent living, and so forth, it's nice to have that. And it's quiet too. Sawtooth Canyon in the morning. Looks pretty nice. It's kind of cool. Got nippy, so I'm out of my tent, and I climbed up there yesterday. Probably go up there today, see if I can get some reception to watch the old Packers, or listen to the old Packers, not watch them. There's some people over in the distance. Sun should be creeping over. It's got to come over them hills, but this is where I'm camping last night, and got my old vehicle and so forth. But it's pretty here. It's always pretty in the desert, and I guess it's first come, first serve. They said there was a camp host here, but I've never seen any camp host. But I think it's getting time to knock down some breakfast here soon. So talk later. So try not to squint, but it's really pretty here. It's day 2, Sawtooth Canyon again. I'm up hitting some sun. The sun has to come over the peak on the left side, and so it feels good. It feels good. Got cool last night, but just touching base. Breaker, good buddy. Okay, we're gonna do a little hike. It's beautiful out, absolutely beautiful. Right now it gets cold at night, like it was earlier. You see in some of my tapes, but right now, absolutely beautiful. So we're just going to do a nice hike before the Green Bay Packer game on the radio, if I get it in. But I'm just going to do a nice hike and see what I can get in. But it's gorgeous out here. 10-4. Okay, if you see off in the distance, that's where I went up yesterday. Up to that you got a nice little view of it here. It's further than it looks, but it's a nice, cute little hike right up to that little pass. And the wind was hitting hard, but that's where I went yesterday with the wind. Because you can see why they call it Sawtooth Canyon, because it looks like a sawtooth all the way along the ridge. Cute little mountain range, rock climbing if you want to scramble. Plenty of stuff to do. Some rock climbers are here. So it's called the Sawtooth Canyon, and that's just what it looks like. I'm walking backwards on this road because the sun is at my back, but it's absolutely beautiful today. December 25th, 2021. Cold last night, but like snowbirding out here. you can't go wrong. If you have a camper, small camper, why spend time in the north when you got all this BLM land here across the southwestern United States? And I better stop here. But you see behind me, beautiful, absolutely beautiful out. I got a t-shirt on, another shirt underneath that, but I'm walking and it's beautiful. I just can't say enough. Spin around and show you kind of, the sun will be behind me there, so I won't go that route. Stop right there, and then you go over here to the other side and you'll see a little of the Sawtooth. And there's the sun over there. I guess it's on that side. But it's a gorgeous walk. I'm just doing a nice couple miler, 3-4 miler. But you come out here, you camp as a snowbird, then you still get your exercise. You got little peaks to go up. I mean, I'm going to be 64 next year, and I did that peak yesterday, and now I'm doing probably a 3-4 miler today. Nothing serious. I got to check my reception and see. I got 1 bar at the camp. And yesterday up at the peak, I got a bar and a half, maybe. So there's just nothing out here. So if you're absolutely addicted to the internet, then you're kind of fucked. But unless you get one of those boosters. And I only have 4G. I think they want you to buy 5G now and all that shit. So, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, I better get on with my walk. 10-4, breaker. Okay, we're approaching the 247 from the camp. Now I called them and I said, what happens if I come out here 150 miles and the campsites are full? They told me to go across the road and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go across 247 and just see where that goes. Maybe there's some primitive camps there, which I like more. 10-4. Okay, I'm out by the road, 247. This is where you turn into Sawtooth. I don't know what the hell that pumps is or whatever that is. Okay, you turn into Sawtooth Canyon. So this is the long, lonesome 247. Look around, and I'm heading up that dirt road there to see what it is and blah, blah, blah. 10-4. Okay, folks, this is BLM land, California. Out here below Barstow, California. You go. I think southeast. You'll get Needles off the 40, and then behind me is 29 Palms, Lucerne valleys, and I think this goes clear over to where I camped a few years ago, over in Johnson Valley. But I'm going to walk a little ways up there, and you can kind of see. Beautiful day, like I've said. I don't want to beat that to death. There's Sawtooth. There's Sawtooth over there where I'm camping. I've went about 2.25 miles. So I'll go a little bit further. I haven't even checked my reception here, but we'll just go and we'll see what's going on. 10-4. Okay, I think it's time to turn around. A lot of little stuff like this, little camps there off the road, but you need back against the mountains. These will get you by for a night, but you want to find a spot back against those hills, which there is some, and you got to find that, because right there the wind will carry you away there. Coming across this high desert, but I'm sure over there next to the base of those hills, that's where you want to get to the base of those hills and so forth. But a lot of BLM land out here and so forth. So I'm gonna head back. I'm about 2.5 miles in. I'm gonna check my reception here, but I doubt if I have any. So 10-4. How you doing, folks? It's December 26th, the day after Christmas, and last night was one heck of a night. Out in the desert here, it's beautiful during the day, but talk about a wind. The wind hit here hard last night, and if I didn't have such a good tent, it'd have lifted me off the ground, or it would have tore it to shreds. I had it pretty well anchored down and stuff, because the winds do pick up here. That's the big warning if you're going to tent camp. make sure you anchor it down and anchor it down and anchor it down, because it can carry you away. And I'm buried between rocks and it still hit me. But it's about 6:30 now. I'm going to pack up and head out of here, but I'll show you the kind of the aftermath, how my shit got knocked down out here. Okay, there's my camp. That's my camp there. You see all the stuff just got knocked over. Stove, my tripod, everything just got wiped right off this last night. And it just, even the stove. So you know the wind's pretty wicked to take that stove and just throw it right off the table. And I'm packing up now, but that's a Kelty tent, and I'm telling you, it was rocking. It was rocking last night. It's still rocking a little right now, but brutal. It was, but it's still a one piece. So, but it went back and forth, and I thought a few times the whole roof was going to be tore right off. That rain fly would be tore right off, but it hung in there. I looked around, it looked pretty good. Breaker. Okay, we are out of here. The sun's coming up. I'll show you around a little bit. 2 days, Sawtooth Canyon. Wind hit hard last night. So I'm packed up. I'm heading out of here. Got 150 miles to go. Scam around. I cleaned up everything. You always want to clean up everything that you take in. These are beautiful places out here. And don't leave shit lay around. Every little scrap of paper I went around. And I think I have it all. But anyways, it was a good 24th and 25th of December, 2021. Talk later. Packers won.